Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone.
Waalaikumsalam.
Morning, madam.
Okay, how are you today?
Good.
Good, madam.
Good, madam.
Alhamdulillah. So today we are going to learn the subtopic for chapter 2, which is 2.5 inertia. Before that, I will share my slide. Okay, let's see what is inertia. Okay, before that, I want to test your understanding. So what you see in this slide, the figure show an entertainer just a tablecloth. What do you think will happen to the object on the table? Is it moving or stay at rest, and why? So, I show you one example. Can you see my hand, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
So my hand represent the table, and this is the tablecloth. So I put two objects on this table. So if I jerk this tablecloth, what do you think will happen to the object on the table? So can someone speak up the answer?
It will fall down.
It will fall down. So is it the two object will fall down or either one?
Both, I think.
Okay. Both. Okay, anyone? Any else?
I agree we should.
Agree with
Because
Syuhada?
both of the object has the weight.
Okay, both of you correct. So this can relate with the concept of inertia. Let's see the learning outcome in this topic. So at the end of this topic, students are able to explain with example the concept of inertia. Next is conduct experiment to find the relationship between inertia and mass. And the third learning outcome is justify the effects of inertia in daily life. So, what is inertia? Inertia is the tendency of an object to remain at rest or if moving to continue its motion in a straight line at uniform velocity. The concept of inertia is explained in Newton's first law of motion. So what is Newton's first law of motion? It states that an object will remain at rest or move at uniform velocity unless acted upon by an external force. So every object has its own inertia. So either any object, so everything that you have its own inertia. It's the situation or concept that it will remain at rest or moving with in a motion at uniform velocity. So until now, everyone clear with the concept of inertia?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
madam.
Okay. So objects tend to keep on doing what they are doing. In fact, it is the natural tendency of objects to resist changes in their state of motion. This tendency to resist changes in their state of motion is described as inertia. For example, if you roll a ball, it will continue rolling unless friction or something else stop it by force. So if you roll a ball, it will continue rolling until there are something in front of the ball that will stop it from rolling. Okay, I show this example. So this represent force lah. So like this, okay. So the next example on this slide is the figure of our body going forward when a star stops. So until now, clear everyone?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Okay, good ya. Okay, the next one is how mass and inertia relate. The figure shows a bowling ball and a football. Is it easier to move a bowling ball or a football? Which ball is difficult to stop when in motion? So, this slide show a bowling ball and a football. So, in your opinion, which ball are difficult to stop when in motion?
Volleyball.
I want to
Bowling ball.
answer bowling ball. Azmi, what your answer?
Volleyball.
Volleyball. So why do you think so?
The ball have more weight rather than football.
Oh, volleyball has larger mass than football. Okay. So how mass and inertia relate? Okay, from this slide, it shows bowling ball and a football. So in this concept, an object with a bigger mass is more difficult to set in motion or stop from moving as compared to a lighter object. So we can conclude that the larger the mass of an object, the larger the inertia of the object. So if you rolling an object with a larger mass, it's totally shown that object with a larger mass take a longer time to stop, even though it has a force or something in front of it. Okay, so effects of inertia in daily life. Okay, can you see my slide until now?
Yes.
Yes.
Can, madam.
Okay, this figure show the situation in a bus. So the first figure shown passengers are thrown backwards when a bus at rest suddenly start moving forward. So when I think every one of you going through this situation, right, in your life? So you are thrown backwards when a bus suddenly start moving, and then you are thrown forward when a moving bus suddenly stop. The next one is the situation of flip down a bottle sauce. So when you opening the bottle sauce, wait a minute. Okay, class. So situation of flip down the bottle sauce. So this is the bottle sauce. So when you want to open the bottle sauce, you flip down this bottle sauce. So can you see in front of you now what I am showing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so the sauce, you see the sauce will going down to the opening lid. Okay, so it has its inertia as there are some sauce that remain unchanged or stay at rest, and there are sauce that moving with a uniform velocity. So you can say that this bottle sauce have its own inertia. Okay, the next one is situation in a driving car as I showed earlier. So I think that's all for subtopic 2.4. So everyone clear until now?
Clear,
Yes,
clear.
clear.
Yeah.
Madam,
Yeah, madam.
I want to
Yes,
ask,
Syuhada? Yes?
in this topic, is there any calculation involved?
Oh, good question, Syuhada. In this subtopic, there are no calculation as you only need to understand the concept of inertia because it shows the situation that every object have its own inertia. Proceed to quiz.
I have no
Okay.
question.
Okay. So before we going to the next activity, quiz, let's break for 1 minute, guys.
Okay, madam.
Okay.
Okay, guys, is everyone here? Before that, I want to take your attendance. So I call your name, right? Is Azri here?
Yes.
Azmi?
Yes.
Syuhada?
Here, madam.
Tolha?
Yes, madam.
Azrul?
Yes, madam.
Okay, good. So full attendance for today. Okay. So quiz, it's a quiz time. So I want every one of you to answer this question. So number 1, who want to answer the question?
Can I try, madam?
Okay, you may.
Just the correct concept of inertia. I think it's B. The tendency of an object to remain uh, at rest or if moving to continue its motion in a straight line at uniform velocity.
Yes, you are correct, Azri. Good,
Thank you,
good.
madam.
Okay, number 2, anyone? Anyone want to try?
Can I try?
Okay, you may.
Okay. Which of the following statement can be explained correctly using Newton's first law of motion? I think the answer
Okay.
is A. An object will
And
remain at rest or move at uniform velocity unless acted upon by an external force. That's all. Thank you.
okay. Correct, Azmi. Good. Okay, number 3, who want to try? Number 3,
Let me try.
anyone?
Let me try.
Okay, Syahada.
To change the motion of an object, inertia must be overcome by um, force acting on the object P.
Force. Why do you think force?
I just know the answer is C.
Okay, good, Syahada. Because if there are no force, so it cannot stop something from when it's in motion, right? Okay, number 4,
Me,
who want to
madam.
try? Azrul, Tolha, alright.
Me, madam. I think the answer is A. The lorry.
The lorry. Why? How can relate mass and inertia?
Because the lorry have higher mass than the car.
Okay, so larger mass have larger inertia. Okay, good. Okay, number 5, Azrul.
All objects have inertia whether they are moving or not. I think is A. It's true.
It's true. Okay, then you are true. Okay, class, before I end my lesson, I will conclude this chapter. So, inertia is the tendency of an object to remain at rest or if moving to continue its motion in a straight line at a uniform velocity. The concept of inertia is explained in Newton's first law of motions. The Newton's first law of motion states that an object will remain at rest or move with uniform velocity unless acted upon by external force. The larger the object of an object, the larger the inertia of the object. So effect of inertia that you can see in your daily life is situation of passenger in bus, situation in a driving car, situation opening a bottle sauce and other more. So That's all for today, class. So if you have any question, you can ask me through WhatsApp, and I will upload assignment for you to do this weekend, and we will discuss on the next class. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
madam.
Thank
madam.
you,
Thank
madam.
you, madam.
Okay, thank you. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too.
You too, madam.